Hi, and welcome to another episode of Boozing with Boomers. I'm Dave, and I've been on a quest to learn how to make a great balanced cocktail, so please hit the subscribe button so we can go on this journey together. Today we're going to learn how to make the Modica Manhattan, which is my chocolate riff on the Black Manhattan that we made together in episode 8. Modica is a city in Italy, actually in Sicily, that is famous for its chocolate, and what makes it so unique, it is from a recipe handed down by the Aztecs back in the 1300s, and today they still use the same recipe and process that they used to make the chocolate back then, which I found fascinating. So the cocktail we're talking about today, I am using Italian Amaro, I am using Aztec chocolate bitters, in addition to some homemade chocolate liqueur, and so I thought it was appropriate to name this drink after the city in Italy. So let's get started. The Modica Manhattan is a rye-based drink, like the Manhattan, and I actually made a homemade chocolate liqueur, and if you remember back a few episodes where I highlighted Christopher Curtin and Éclat chocolate, I had the cocoa nibs, and I was making a liqueur at the time, which I will put the recipe in the description. It takes a couple of weeks, but simply put, you're going to find a good neutral flavored vodka. You're going to put cocoa nibs in there and let it steep for a couple of weeks. You're then going to have a simple syrup that's a little more sugar because you want to balance it with the bitterness of the cocoa nibs, and a little bit of vanilla. And what you will come with is a chocolate liqueur that'll blow anything away in your bar, because I tasted it against a couple others. And this really elevated all of my cocktails that use chocolate liqueur. And so I'm very impressed with the outcome. And so please, if you call Éclat Chocolate in Westchester, it is not on their website, but if you call, they actually will ship this out to you if you're interested. So please do, and please support a local business. So for the recipe, we always start with the cheapest first, and I used a Russian vodka that's not that expensive, but really was the best of all the ones. I think I tried Absolute and Toberich, and Toberich I thought had a cleaner flavor that let the chocolate come through. And so we're going to start with a half an ounce per drink of the chocolate liqueur. But what I found in doing this is if you want it a little more chocolatey, feel free to go a full ounce in the drink. It still is a balanced cocktail and really helped the people that liked more of a chocolatey flavor in this. We're then going to use 1 ounce of the Averna Amaro per cocktail. And of course, as usual, I'm making two, one for you and one for me. And then lastly, I'm using Sazerac Rye, 1.5 ounces of rye. I like Sazerac. It makes a great cocktail, but what we learned is for those of us that like whiskey forward drinks like the Manhattan, if you use a higher proof rye, and I've got Sazerac and Rittenhouse here because they're both with a price point under $30, so this makes it a fairly inexpensive cocktail, you can use the stronger proof, which will bring a little more whiskey flavor, but again, will not overpower this drink at all. So I've tried all variations. I love them all. So I ask that you experiment as well. And then lastly, these are the Fee Brothers Aztec Chocolate bitters, which I've used in a cocktail before. And we're going to go 3 dashes per cocktail. So I have to remember 1, 2, 3, but I'm making 2 cocktails. 1, 2, 3. And this is a stirred drink. And what we learned is, 1, we want to put a lot of ice in there because you're not just diluting it, you're chilling it. And the more ice in there, you're actually going to chill it faster with less dilution. Because you want this chocolate to come out. And we're going to stir it for 30 seconds, which is a little longer than the ABC song, but I'm going to sing it slowly this time, and I'll see you in a little bit. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I said my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Now, what's great about this cocktail, this is a great after dinner drink, but it's also, if you're a chocolate lover, it's also a great cocktail anytime. So let's pour that. And here's what's fun about this is I have the cocoa nibs. And what we'll do is we'll just take a pinch, but I'll just pour it out of here, is the cocoa nibs, which adds a little bit of bitter chocolate to this cocktail. They will float on top, so it's a gorgeous drink. And then, of course, the boomer needs to try it as well. And absolutely, I'm going to have a little bit of cocoa nibs on this. And by the way, cocoa nibs, they do have a bitterness to it, but I actually like it. It adds a little crunchiness. It's great when you're getting at the end of the cocktail and you get a little extra chocolate flavor in there. So let's see how I did. So what's really nice about this is that I can't tell that this is a whiskey cocktail. The Averna, just like in the Black Manhattan, gives you those layers of flavors. The chocolate liqueur is actually sitting on my tongue right now, so I'm getting that wonderful smoothness from the chocolate. And the bitters just give it a little bit of bite. So what's kind of interesting is the way we made the chocolate creme de cacao is this is not bitter at all. So you can actually have this as an aperitif, or I guess, aperitif or digestif. Very easy cocktail to make. The creme de cacao, the homemade creme de cacao, will last months in the refrigerator. So you can put all this together, and it is not a very expensive thing for your bar. Actually, all of these I have already made cocktails with. So if you've been making cocktails along with me, they are probably sitting in your bar now. And so I hope you liked today's episode. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe so we can go on this journey with Boozing with Boomers together. Thank you and cheers.